Here's a quick video just to show me getting ready for Super Nintendo weekend. This is another weekend high score competition hosted by Foztex on Twitter or Chris Osborne in real life. I've finally pulled my Super Nintendo out of storage because I'm setting up a new game room. So there's like some of my consoles down here. But since it's Super Nintendo weekend, I decided to focus on getting this guy hooked up. It's hooked up to this PVM, which it hadn't been before, but I was able to get that up pretty quick. It's got my EverDrive, which you can see has the SD card in the top here. I got a little Famicom controller for that. Basically, the EverDrive, I can go to select a game. This isn't the easiest thing to do with one hand. And I got a bunch of games on the EverDrive here. If you just hit start though, it should, well, I got to back up, so I'm going to hit reset here. If you just hit start on the controller, it'll load whatever the last game was, which I have Space Megaforce on here, which is a great shoot 'em up. I need to turn on my speakers here. It's kind of a glare there from the window. Shut that real quick. You can see on my PVM, this guy's looking really good. This is just one of the great shoot 'em ups on Super Nintendo. It was called Super Aleste in Europe, I believe. Space Megaforce here. Looks pretty good though. So I'm looking forward to trying to get some high scores this weekend. Also, in recent news, I was able to get one of these little Super Nintendo Classic Minis. You can see the size comparison here. I mean, this thing's tiny compared to even this one, which is kind of considered the mini Super Nintendo. This one is very small. The controllers are full size though, just like the old ones. Look really nice. One thing I really like about this is the interface is really cool. And the save state function is really nice too. One thing I did though is let me reset that. Let me go back here. Anyway, I can't really do this with one hand too well, but I went ahead and did hack mine so that I could add a couple of games. I'm not going to go crazy and add like a whole library I mean, they even have a way now you can add RetroArch and do a bunch of different, emulators. But I really just wanted to have just a few more games that I really wished had been on here. As you can see, there's a lot of great titles on this thing that come out of the box, but I wanted to add mainly like Zombies, Ate My Neighbors, Axelay, Aladdin, Chrono Trigger, just some old NBA games, Space Megaforce, Sunset Riders, which is really a favorite of mine, all the Bomberman games. So I think this thing's really cool, and the way that it does the save states is great, especially for RPGs where I don't have the time to always get to a checkpoint, so I can just save wherever I am. So it's pretty slick. I really like it. I'm glad I was able to find one. They weren't easy to find. I really just walked into a Target looking for something else, and there was just one on the shelf, so I just grabbed it. So anyway, I am really set for Super Nintendo weekend. I'm really looking forward to it.